Gotta love it. You gotta love it.
Recording and coming up in 5, 4, 3.
True love. Yes, that's right. Here we are. Here we are. A brand new season of LASC, and we've changed it. We are now Mafas. We're gonna make America funny again. How do you feel about that, Paul? Right? Do you really like it? I do too. And I'm thinking about these colors. I've got to ask the marketing director, what do you think? I think it'll be funny to make. Well, now, let me just say this. One of our audience members, her name is Irena, and I have to tell you a story about my Irena. Her mother would clean the house, and I was going to teach her English. Okay? So these are my friends that I've met. And so the woman, Irena, says to me, my dog has 4 ears. And I said, no, your dog has 4 paws. And she says, my dog has 4 ears. And so then I said, I'm trying to make it right. So I go, okay, hands. Your dog has 4 hands, but not 4 ears. And so this English going back and forth with her is crazy. But you know what? Such good people. They invited me to their house. I'm at the house. Unana's there, whatever. And I had these bites on me, these mosquito bites or something, and they put this stuff called Schlimmerwitz on my arm, and it stopped it from itching. And then we all started to drink it. And I thought that was weird because we're now drinking the medicine. And out of nowhere, I heard, woof, 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 woof. And this dog runs in, and he's got 4 ears. The dog had 4 ears. So Irena was telling the truth. Listen to this. She gets in a fight with her cousin because the cousin cut off 2 of the ears. That's a serious, crazy story, right? But you see when people are trying to tell you, no, I do understand. You know what I mean? Like when I say my name is Sunda and they say, do you have a nickname? I don't know if you could go like Sunda, and then if I say Sunday without the Y, you would have thought I said something in Lithuanian. I mean, they just can't get it. It's just, I never do things on my name because it's not a pretty name. It's just not. I'm Sunda Lynn. My sister's Linda Sue. My cousin's Faye Lynn. And there's Kayla May. Do you think that we belong in the Panhandle? And if you're watching, my dear cousins from the Panhandle, you know I love you. And you know if you're watching, and you're calling me white trash, you got a little white trash in you too if you're putting ketchup on your eggs. But that's not what we're here for. We're here at LA School of Comedy where every night's a fun night. Tonight is open mic night, and this is a compilation of people who are trying to get their 5 to 7 minute stand-up sets together, and other people working out for television, and some people just come here to learn how to do icebreakers. I was going to say egg beaters just then. Do you know that? I was going to say egg beaters, but I'm so glad I didn't, okay? I found my deodorant in the refrigerator, and I've been crazy ever since. Because I was going to blame my husband, but he's in New York. Like, look what you did again. And if you're thinking about doing a podcast, if you're thinking about anything like that, this is the place to come to. And why I'm so excited is because when I first started here, this was an acting school. And now, once again, it's going to be back under the guise of the Film Actors Cafe and under the direction of Aaron McIntyre, who I'd like to introduce and bring up to the stage right away. What do you say about that? Is that okay? All right, get up. Give it up for Aaron. After I said Adam.
All right. Hello. How are you? Hello. Welcome to the LA School of Comedy. My name is Aaron. It's spelled A-E-R-O-N. Totally a marketing thing. I changed my name from a really boring name. It's not E-R-I-N, and it's not A-A-R-O-N, so please don't call me A-A-Ron, because I'm tired of it. And I don't think it's that funny anymore. You know, I mean, nobody says Jennifer. Like, if you say your name is Jennifer, they don't say, "Ooh, Jennifer," or, well, if they're black. I gotta say, I'm glad there is one black person in the audience today, because nobody would have corrected me otherwise, you know? I mean, they just would have let me go on and talk, and nobody would have told me that. And I am glad you're here because white people, I don't like to be around white people because I feel like they're judging me all the time, you know. And I feel black people has already convicted me. So, yes, I have white guilt, and I am proud of it. Proud of my white guilt. Because it ain't so bad. I gotta say, it ain't so bad. You know what I'm saying? The little white privilege. I wanted to talk about the Bible tonight. Hallelujah! Praise the Lord, everybody! Praise the Lord! You down there. You down there. God loves you. God loves you. God loves you. God loves you. I'm not so sure about you. But I have been thinking a lot about the Bible because I think it's just it's actually two books in one, you know. So it's kind of like, you know, if you get I think that they should separate it into two, and it should be, you know, the one where they say, you know, oh, God is good. God is love. We should love thy neighbor as thyself. Turn the other cheek. And then the other one's like, yeah, if my kid talks back to me, I'm going to beat the crap out of him. You know what I'm saying? And don't spill your seed on the ground. Whatever you do, don't spill that seed on the ground because it'll grow into something and you don't know what the hell it's going to grow into. So don't do that. And I got a few more. I was thinking about a few more. Because they are. It really is. There's like two different things. It's like, oh, love, 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 love. And then, but, you know, if your brother dies, you got to marry his wife and take care of his kids. You know, so the uncle, you know, it's kind of like a Hamlet deal. You know, I think that's where Hamlet's mom got the idea. Huh?
There's a part that you have to put in there that the specificity will be funnier is when they have to wear the boots, remember?
Where they have to wear the boots?
The boot. If you're going to marry, they make a rule.
Right.
You have to marry the... Go ahead.
Yeah, if your brother dies.
Right, and in the ceremony, it's a boot. You have to wear a ceremonial
boot. I didn't read that part. I missed that part. Oh. Is that a little farther down? I only read the good part and went, whoa, that's awesome. Yeah, I know there's a whole bunch more, you know, where it's just, a lot of that stuff is just very dated. I'm sorry, everybody. Sorry, people down in the South, but that shit's dated. And you don't hear New York people going, praise the Lord. You know, they don't do that, right? It's praise the Lord. You know, you got to have the Southern, right? Would everyone agree, or just this man? Thank you. We got some applause back there from Billy. Whew, that was rough. Okay, and I'm also gonna like put a thing together where it's like the writing room, you know, because it was a bunch of people. It wasn't like Jesus didn't write this crap, you know. It was just a bunch of people listening to him up on a mount, you know, talking about blessed are the meek and all that kind of stuff. So they had to have a writer's room where they all sat around and decided who was going to take care of which part of what Jesus said, right? So what you got Luke, you got Peter, Paul, and Mary. No, Mary wasn't included in the Bible. She actually wrote a whole thing. They've got the Bible of Mary Magdalene. They supposedly found this thing. So I'm gonna do something with the writers' room of them kind of deciding, you know, it's like I want to do blessed is the meek, and it's like, oh man, I was gonna do that. All right, you got blessed is are the meek. What do you got? Rich man can't go anywhere through eye of a needle. No, that's not what he said. Blah blah blah. You know, and they have a conversation. So I'm gonna start working on that. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta ask her because I could ask you too. What do you think? You don't care. You're just like thinking about your set right now, you know. You're like, let me think. What am I?
What? You were talking about Magdalena. I thought you were talking about Mother Mary.
Mother Mary. Yeah. No. Mary Magdalene. She was a prostitute. But I'm sure she wrote a bunch of stuff about prostitution, you know. I wonder if she felt good or bad about her profession at the end, you know, after everything was said and done. She probably, you know, became a waitress. You know, I don't know. She did something else. So yeah, I think the Bible is really interesting. What somebody said that there was another thing, but I can't remember. I do know. That I have narcolepsy, and so, but I keep my eyes open. I have narcolepsy, and also memory problems. I do have memory problems, and a lot of people say that, right? A lot of people say, "Oh, I got memory problems." Anybody else in here have memory problems? Like you walk into a room to get something, and by the time you get there, you can't remember what you went in there for, right? I do that like 6 or 7 times before I finally get it. I'll walk in and get distracted, and then I don't know, and I'll go do something else, and I'll realize, oh, that's what it was, and I'll go back and forth. Have you ever had a conversation with somebody in your head while they're talking to you? I do that all the time. It's like, and I have conversations with myself all the time. I talk to myself. Everybody talk to themselves? Thank God. Because I remember I had Mrs. Lee. She was in the 6th grade, and Mrs. Lee would say, if you're talking to you, what are you doing? What are you doing? And I'd say, I'm just talking to myself. She'd go, well, only crazy people talk to themselves. And then I'd see her over there at the desk, and I'm like, goddamn fuck, right here. So I guess she was crazy, just as crazy as me. I was a weird child, very weird child. I fell on my head a lot, many times. Yeah, but just wait. I got one. So there was this show called Mannix. Right? Has the light gone off, Billy? Am I okay? Good. Because I'm watching that like a hawk because I ran over it the other day. Wow, 20 minutes? Sure. That's awesome. Shit, what was I talking about? Oh, Mannix. So there was a show called Mannix, and it was, I can't remember the guy's, it was a detective show. The guy had really good hair, and at the very beginning, it was like, they had this music that came in, and he'd come out and he'd do all kinds of stuff. He'd pull out his gun, he'd run after somebody, he'd do this stuff. And there was one thing that I just thought was the coolest thing, is he'd run up to this railing, and he'd go like, he'd jump over it, and I just thought that was so cool as an 8-year-old. So I started doing it on our couch. We had kind of a circular couch, and I started running and jumping over it. My mother said, stop doing that. She got very angry at me. Okay, fine. So she goes back in the back to vacuum. So she's far away. There's noise, so she's not going to hear me. She's not going to see me. Okay, this is my chance. So I ran, and I put my hand on the back of the couch. My foot caught on it, and I went, boom, right on my head, knocked myself out. So I'm laying there. Who knows what happened at that point, but I was laying there, and I wake up to this, and my mother is standing over me with a vacuum cleaner going, I told you not to climb on that couch. That gives you an idea of my mom. And of course, because I was there when I stood up, there was kind of like a chalk line of dirt around me. Thank you, Billy. Billy gave me that the other night. I love that guy. So yeah, that was my mom. The second time I fell out of a window, second story, right in front of my sister. It was right around Christmas time. My parents were at a cocktail party. My sister was watching me. She was sitting at the dining room table, and she watched me go pew right past the window, and she go, oh, goddamn, some neighbor kid. And then she comes out, and it was me, and fell out of a second-story window, just kind of dove out, kind of like that, right on my head. Fortunately, I fell onto a doghouse. Oh, wow. Yeah, but fortunately, it was not a Peanuts. Right? Because that would have just cracked my skull open. 8 stitches, ladies and gentlemen. That's how hard my head is. That's all I got, 8 stitches. You can still see the scar if you want after the show. I'll show you. But I don't remember anything except for waking up in a full tub of bloody bathwater, screaming my head off, like in mid-scream. Ah! So I guess there wasn't 911. I guess my sister decided not to take me to the hospital after falling out of a second-story window. And that's my time. Thank you very much. I love you all. Goodbye. And you can find me at Aaron McIntyre anywhere. MACINTYRE.
On all platforms.
On all
On all
platforms.
platforms. Oh my God. You know something? There was a show called Candid Camera. You're too young for this. And they had people doing interviews, and somebody would fall down the window. And the only people that ever reacted were black people. Okay? They'd be, oh my God! I loved it. And I was going to finish the Irena story. After the dog came out, the father comes in, and he looks at me, and he goes, Dosta. And I'm like, they're calling me the N-word. I have to get out of here. And it didn't mean that. You know what that means? Forget about it. That's it. They're arguing with the forget. Have you ever had that Schlimmerwitz stuff?
What do you call it?
Schlimmerwitz. Have you had Schlimmerwitz? No?
I don't know what that is.
Man, it's good for mosquito bites. It's good as a toner. And you can drink it. I got to stop using this natural stuff on my hair because I look like a bunny rabbit. My eyes are so pink. They have to test it on these bunny rabbits. That's funny about the head situation. You've always had a problem with head. First your own. And then you had a good joke there, but we're going to think about that after we bring up the comedy of our marker. Let's give it up for America's favorite, one and only, Mr. Billy Ramirez.
What's up, everyone? Nice being here at Funky Friday. My name is Billy Ramirez. Today I just have some loose ideas, some rough drafts I just want to play with. So someone please pick a number between 1 and 17. 16. Oh, this is a new one. I like this. This one's fresh. I think this is from this week. Okay. So it's still very much a work in progress. I'm the last person who should ever criticize an NFL player's toughness. All right, like I am not NFL tough. Actually, for me, I wish that I had played football at some point during my life because I think the first decleater, I think I would have just like readjusted my helmet and like just like I'm gonna go write some jokes or play some drums. Like this is not, I'm not, I know that I'm not built to be NFL tough. But speaking of NFL tough, one thing that bugs me about NFL players is their insistence on acting that they're not cold. When clearly they're very cold, because they always like when it's snowing at Lambeau Field, they always come out with bare arms, like and it's weird because if there's a slight breeze, they'll come out with some sleeves or something. But no, now because it's frozen, bare sleeves, all this and that, and they're lining up all bare armed and all this, and steam's coming out of their mouths and all that. Like, all right, it looks cool, but on the other hand, what do they do as soon as they get to the sideline? They tuck themselves into the fluffiest, warmest jacket you've ever seen, and then they still kind of look cold because, you know what, they're cold, right? So the thing is, they act like they're not cold, but then as soon as they have an opportunity to get a jacket, they put on a jacket on. So basically, NFL players who pretend they're not cold are the girlfriend who insists that she's not hungry. Because as soon as you have fries, he's going to pick the fries, right? I thought you said you weren't hungry. But so I think if we incorporate everything together, I think NFL players should have their significant others stand on the sidelines with those big fluffy jackets and be like, I thought you weren't cold. What's up? Well, anyways. So, all right, there's something there. All right, another number between 1 and 17 and nuts. He just picked 16. 14. Oh, listen, I haven't been able to wrap this one up, but I'll give it a shot. Is anyone here a fan of professional wrestling? All right, good. That's fine because I like pro wrestling, and I should admit that as a single man because there's no single women really like pro wrestling, and it's a risk to talk about pro wrestling as a single man because here's a fun thing you should do as a single man is if you're ever in a room full of women, start talking about pro wrestling, and then eventually you're going to hear a sound that sounds like a basketball team doing footwork drills in a nearby indoor gym. It's like, what's that sound? And it's like, is that footwork drills? Like, no, that's just the sound of women losing interest because you're talking about professional wrestling. So anyways, let's talk about professional wrestling. So I've been a fan of professional wrestling ever since Hulk Hogan and all that, but I've watched it with the self-awareness that pro wrestling is really weird. Like, it's really weird and goofy. Like the whole, just wait till I put my little tights on and then I'm going to whoop your ass. It's just like, but all that. but if you watch wrestling, right, and you watch a lot of the moves and you realize that a lot of these tough men, like their job is just to like roll around really close to other sweaty men, It's like, all right, I don't know. I'm like, maybe I should add a little psychological a tangent to that joke there, but like there's got to be something there. Like, oh yeah, like what do you do? What do you do for a living? Yeah, we just wrestle sweaty men all over the country, but we act like we're manly. Anyways, I don't. But my point is, I don't even know how pro wrestling ever got started with some of these moves. I don't know, because some of these moves are very intimate, and so I just think about like. It's just like think about like how did pro wrestling ever start? Like the first pro wrestling class, just probably a lot of reluctance, just like I don't know what happened, like late 1800s, early 1900s, who knows? But just imagine someone trying to get a pro wrestling school together. Just like, all right, gentlemen, thanks for being here. I understand that you're a little nervous, seeing how you're all standing here in your underwear, but and I understand that oiling each other up was a little awkward, but I appreciate you for. Soldiering on through. So, all right. So now that you're here at pro wrestling class, the first one ever, according to this joke, I'm going to teach you how to receive a move, okay? Because before you learn how to give a move, you need to learn how to receive a move. So the first move I'm going to teach you how to receive is called the pile driver. It's it's called the body slam. I screwed it up. It's called the body slam, okay? It's called the body slam. So all you have to do is, you face your opponent, and then your opponent places his left arm on your right shoulder, and then he picks you up by your crotch, and then he drops you. Any questions? Huh? All of you. Okay, yeah, sure. No, it doesn't go up it. It goes between that's, all right, yeah, I understand. Okay, fine. There's a little trepidation already, so we'll try a different move. How about, I don't know, the pile driver. All right, it's very easy. All you have to do, face your opponent, you bend over, and then you shove your head in your opponent's crotch. He picks you up and then drops you on your head. Any questions? A lot of questions. Yes. All right. Yeah. Yes. You. Who are you? The masked chimney sweeper, which would make sense based on when this joke is occurring. Okay. What did you say? Pads? What? No. This is pro wrestling. If you want pads and a helmet, you go down to the pro football field, okay, and get yourself some pads, right? You take your gold mask and your golden broom and your shiny pecs. You go down to a football field, okay, because this is pro wrestling, all right? This is serious. All right, for the rest of you, now we're going to learn how to strut, okay? Ready? Woo! I just got to practice the strut. That's the whole thing. I haven't practiced the strut. Has anyone heard of Ric Flair? Yeah, I got to end it on a Ric Flair strut. So, woo! I might put a robe on for that one. All right. Now it's between 1 and 15. Oh, wait. No, you said 14, right? Yeah, that was 14. Okay, so pick a number between 1 and 11. That is... that's a nice one. That's a kind of a cute joke. I am 43 years old and way too good at Mario Kart. At 43 years old, I should not be this good at Mario Kart. At 43 years old, I should be married and have children, but I don't. And it's too much to get into. You'll hear about it in my second comedy special. Yeah. Anyways, but actually, there's a joke there about TLC's. What was the song that TLC had? Let's talk about sex. Yeah. Like literally, that was a traumatic incident in my life. So I got to write a joke about that. But anyways, so Mario Kart. I'm way too good about Mario Kart. So, but on the other hand, you know how sometimes you write, you like write messages to your younger self. You think like, what would you say to your younger self? Well, if I were to go back and meet my younger 11-year-old self back when Super Mario Kart came out, because I'm an OG. I'm a Nintendo Super Nintendo N64 OG, so I was there. Christmas '92 was the best. I played all kinds of Mario Kart. So if I were to go back, talk to my 11-year-old self, and tell my 11-year-old self that I'm not married, I don't have kids, I don't have a lot of money, but I still rule at Mario Kart, how excited do you think 11-year-old me is going to be? Like, I hadn't even hit puberty. Like, who cares about you being married? It's like, but you still rule at Mario Kart? Yes, you're the best. And that's how I approach it. Instead of feeling pathetic, I just spin it as inspirational. All right, so let's see if we can do one last quick one. Someone pick a number. 12. 3. Oh, God damn it. How much time do I have? That's the problem.
You got a minute.
In a minute. I'll just do the Taco Bell one. That's a really basic one. You know how a lot of people joke about... So I'm Latino. I love my Mexican food. And I always crack up when people joke about how Taco Bell, gives them the runs and all that because, I just feel sad for people. So Really, because I feel like people's like, oh, or like they'll, someone will send you like a video of a fire hydrant. It's like, oh, that was me yesterday after Taco Bell. It's like, well, really, what was it? The ground beef, the tomato, the sour cream, the flour tortilla. I don't understand what upsets your stomach. So, I think as part of your yearly health. I was going to say health inspection, your health checkup. Yeah, it's an inspection, your yearly health inspection. You should be asked to go to Taco Bell. And if you eat Taco Bell and nothing happens, guess what? You're perfectly normal. You're perfectly healthy. And if something does happen to you after you eat Taco Bell with their, chalupas or whatever, then get your affairs in order because you are not well. Whatever. Anyways, sorry. Anyways, Taco Bell, whatever. I think that's it. All I have for today. Again, my name is Billy Ramirez. You can find me at oldschoolbillyramirez.com, because I have all kinds of different social media handles. But thanks for joining us. And please welcome back to the stage, Sunda Kronquist.
Thank you. And you know what else you could say? Arena. It has arena also. Where the hell do you think you're going? I'm kidding. Do you know that happened to me at a play on Broadway? This is so crazy. The show was so terrible. I say to my friend, let's just walk out, like down. You know how you go down, right? And we'll say, I'm sick in case something. So we're going like this. And on the stage, the man says, where the hell do you think you're going? And I said, I don't feel very well. And she was coming with me, and they were not talking to us. At all. It was in the play. It's a true story. Her name is Holly Levin, the producer of Funny Business. It was a rock and roll musical about stand-up comedy, and we should be able to do that again by now. That is terrible when you make mistakes like that, but I'm not going to make a mistake. I was trying to wait for him to come back, because I know he'll make an entrance, Huh?
So I had the intro all set up and everything. I was like, please, well, he's not even here.
See that? You had to hold your pee joke. You're funnier when you have to pee. Just telling you. Yeah. There's a lot of people like, I can't go on right now. I have to pee. And you are so funny because you'll get off stage. You'll obey the light then, I'll tell you that much. But that's not the room we're in. We don't have any problems when we're here with the Comedy of Colin. Let's do this. Come on. Hello there.
All right. How's it going? I just peed. I just now peed. Okay, so we have an audience. Hi, audience. How we doing? Good. Thank you for coming. We appreciate you. Have you guys ever done stuff for money that you're like not proud of during your life? Probably. I like that. I like that almost introspection. There's almost. I'm like, I probably did something. How about you, Miss? Is anything in any work or you've done where you're like, I'm not proud of it? Like I made money, but I wasn't proud of what I did. You two are perfect for each other. You know that? You two, I love you both. You both have your hands vaguely crossed. You both almost look inside. I love it. I'm doing something right now where I'm not totally proud of it. Hey there. Hey, stranger. Hey there. Have you ever done something for money you're not proud of?
Yes, I have.
Okay, so we've all been. So some of us have been there. Look how quick he was ready to do that. He was like, boom. You guys are like, maybe. But that's comedians. We'll tell people, So do you guys know what OnlyFans is? Do you know what the website OnlyFans? Yeah, you're aware of how it works and, So I have a friend that she does OnlyFans and she is currently paying me to manage her account. And I'm messaging the guys in the group. So if you want to know, I feel like you don't know what you do. Okay, so you know that the guys can message the women directly, right? But they're not the ones responding. It's me. And I'm pretty good at it. Like, I'm actually really good at it. Like that creative writing degree I got, one of my bachelors, it's coming in handy. Like, my parents were always like, before I went to college, they're like, you need to study STEM. You need to get a STEM degree and study physics and go build stuff. I'm like, fuck you. I'm building rapport with losers. Like, let me Let me do that. I'm good at that. And like a lot of guys, like they think they want to talk to a hot chick online. They want to talk to a smoking hot girl. No. Guys, you want to talk to an equally horny man. Okay, I know what you want to hear. You think women know what a guy wants? No, we know what we want to hear. That's why I'm good at my job. Okay. All right. You don't ask a fish to catch fish. You ask a fisherman. I don't know. That's dumb. That also doesn't fit as an analogy. So I'm doing that, and it's funny. So the way it works is like these guys will ask for pictures and nude pictures and videos of this girl. So I message her to make the videos and the pictures because they ask for specific ones, like look poses and stuff like that. So I'll tell her, and she sends them to me, and I send it to the guys. And I kind of feel like a short order cook. You know what I mean? Like at a restaurant, like, all right, I need 3 bikini pics, hold the side boob, 2 dildo videos, and 1 cream pie, extra cream. But it's funny, sometimes they don't like the price. They like try to haggle on the price. You know, they're like, what, $10 for an ass pic? That's bullshit. So I send a picture of my ass instead. And then some of the guys are like, oh my God, I just came. And then and I send a picture of my face right after. I gotcha. Oh. It's weird. Some of the guys, they talk about all their problems to me. Well, to her, to me. All their problems. It's not just like horny shit. Like it's sad horny shit. That's a weird combo that men have an ability to be in. That's one of our greatest skills is men can be horny and sad at the same time. And we'll do whatever we can to continue to be horny. We won't try to get rid, like and it's funny because like they'll talk about all their trauma and all their sadness, but like I think it's kind of known, like a lot of guys, typically men struggle to go to therapy, right? Like a lot of guys won't go to therapy versus women are more often will go to therapy, right? Which makes me realize either therapy needs to be done through OnlyFans or therapists have to start showing some tits. I don't know the answer, but it's the only way to get men to talk about their feelings, because apparently the only way we talk about our feelings is when we're erect. I don't know why that is. Sometimes she like loses motivation to like make the content, like make the pictures and the videos, and she doesn't believe in herself, and I have to motivate her. I have to get her inspired, you know. And I feel like, you ever watch like an old like 2000s football movie, you know, where like the team needs to get rallied at the end? Like I feel like a coach at the end of the movie, you know. I'm like, come on, you got the makings of greatness, now get out there and show them what your tits are made of. Believe in your tits. I believe in your tits. Okay. But I was trying to think. Despite all this, I do also was talking about therapy. I do go to therapy. It's just a side job. I needed some extra money. I swear, I'm relatively normal. But I do go to therapy. I like therapy. Have we gone to therapy at all? Yeah. Okay. We've done therapy. So we've had the experience of a therapist. Like, do you ever notice like therapists don't always tell you how to solve your problem? They have to like guide you towards the right answer, which is so annoying because in any other profession that would make you shitty, right? Like if you had a plumber who was like, okay, you grab that wrench and you tighten that nut, and you go, well, how much do I tighten it? And they go like, well, you'll know, like just feel it. You know, I'm like, what? I don't like that. I want my therapist to be like a plumber, right? Like I want them to just come up and like tap me on I want them to come up with me with like a notepad, like tap me on the forehead and be like, yep, that's a classic case of narcissism you got there. I knew it. I can't help you. I got to get my narcissism guy to come and fix this. I just can't. Oh, no. Oh, my God. Look at the leak in your healthy boundaries. Jesus Christ. And oh, my God. Look, I have to snake up all this toxic masculinity. Jesus Christ. but I want them to solve it for me. I don't want to, you know. I had a therapist who she only talked about her problems, you know, which is kind of a weird experience because usually I thought I was supposed to talk about mine, but she talked about her problems. I think she did it so that like I could see how she solved problems through her lens and see how she navigated life. But like, she was a 65-year-old black woman from New York, and I'm a 28-year-old white guy from Redondo Beach. Okay, the Venn diagram was 2 separate circles. That is 2 totally different experiences, you know. And you know how hard it is to complain to your old black therapist? She had a harder life than me. Her life was way worse. You know, I'm like, my parents were rude to me. She's like, you know who was rude to me? Every cop ever. I'm like, oh shit. I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm like, oh yeah, my friends didn't listen to me today. And she's like, you know who doesn't listen to me? The government. I'm like, oh fuck, I'm sorry. Oh, my bad. Yeah, I had a therapist that said this to me. She said, just keep swimming. That is a Disney quote from Finding Nemo. Do you think if Disney quotes worked on me, I'd be in your office? Okay, I'd be doing the second most depressing thing besides being suicidal. I would be a Disney adult. That's what I'd be doing. I had a therapist that believed in astrology. I think astrology is bullshit. I think it's the dumbest thing. It's so stupid. And she was like, believed in astrology, and I'm like, but it doesn't make you a bad therapist, but it's kind of like if your airline pilot believed in flat Earth. You know, come on. That's your captain speaking. If you look over to your left, you'll see our cruising altitude is 30,000 feet. If you look over to your left, you'll see the Grand Canyon. If you look over to your right, you will see the edge of the Earth. Oh, come on. Actually, I had an airline pilot, that believed in astrology, and he came on. He's like, we just reached our cruising altitude. However, Mercury is in retrograde, so we're just going to land now. And then he came on. He's like, we just found out that LAX is a Pisces, so we're going to reroute to LaGuardia just to be safe. I'm trying to think if I have any other therapist material. I think I got probably like 30 seconds left, or I'm out of time. Oh, I'm out? Okay. Hey, guys, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Let's bring up the wonderful Sunda. You can find me at comedian Colin Asley on YouTube, Instagram, and Pornhub. Thank you.
And he's serious. I'm kidding. Listen, how quick is this show? Do you think it's the quickest show you've ever seen? No? You've seen quicker? Open mics?
Each person is kind of
Boom.
talking the same amount of minutes. But
Right.
Maybe everything is just very fast.
No.
No?
The MC's not doing 20 minutes in between, okay? So we're going to give you a feeler with the comedy of Chris Wheeler. Let's do this.
Put together for Sunda. How you guys doing tonight? Make a little bit of noise. Clap your hands if you're a comedian, please. Oh, we got 2 audience members back here. Wow, that's fantastic. The gentleman that came in front of me, boy, he has a much more interesting life than me. My life is fucking boring. Only fans, all these other things he's doing. I'm going to be doing a show at the Ice House in a week, so hopefully you guys can show up. I think it's going to sell out, but I hope you guys can show up. I'm going to do a few things tonight, maybe some new stuff. Would you like some new stuff or old stuff? What do you want? He wants new stuff. He wants new stuff, but I am going to do a little bit of old stuff. I am half English, half American, all right? And that means as an Englishman, I've got a responsibility to basically go out there and produce and promote British culture, right? We're known for a couple things. Horrible teeth, bad food, but we have Austin Powers. Make some noise for Austin Powers. Here's what we're going to do tonight. I prepared this just for the show. You can see my new menu up here. I took some time out. I went to the print shop. I got all these things done. We're going to do an English menu. Now, if you like the foods, applaud. If you don't like the foods, I want you to scream bloody awful. Can I get a bloody awful?
Bloody awful.
Your bloody awful was bloody awful. Let's go again.
Bloody awful.
I'm generous tonight. I'll give you a 7 out of 10 for that one. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do an English menu, and you'll go through the foods. And tonight I'm bringing in a special guest. Can you believe it? An unknown comic from Redondo Beach. Actually, I'm from close to Redondo Beach. Actually, England. But yeah. But I'm going to bring in the Queen. We're going to bring the Queen. Make some noise for the Queen. Now look. The Queen was supposedly dead, but apparently she was resting. I called Buckingham Palace. No one would talk to me, but the head janitor talked to me. And between me and you and Sunda, he's not much of a janitor, but on the head side, he's quite good. So if you want to get ahead, you got to give ahead, right? All right, here we go. So the Queen's here. Let's start with the Queen. Hello, everybody. I am the Queen of England. It is an honor to be here at LA Comedy School, 651152 Santa Monica Boulevard. If you think you're funny, get your bottom down here right away. And now I'm going to read some delicious foods from England. We'll start with kidney pie, spam, and A1 sauce.
Bloody awful.
Dear, oh dear. Roast beef with roasted potatoes and horseradish sauce. We have a few beef eaters here, very good, and the gin is very nice too. This is my favorite dessert, spotted dick, stuffed into an apple pie covered with a thick white substance we believe to be vanilla ice cream, prepared by 2 gentlemen called Ben and Jerry's. Interesting. Bangers and mash. And this is not supposed to be on here, but it is. Dear, oh dear. Bang her and take her to the International House of Pancakes. Put it together for the Queen. They flew her in. Jesus, it's expensive. She flies first class, for God's sakes. I recently came back from England. I went to England. You know, when you go on a vacation or you go on a trip, I went to see my sisters. You know what you do? The first thing is you make a comparison. I live here. I'm on vacation here, right? And the thing I came back is, you know, she's up in Liverpool. Life is more difficult there, right? It's always raining. It's difficult to get, right? Public transportation. My sister lives in Wimbledon. They're wealthy people, and it's a difficult life. So I came back. I kissed the ground. I said, I'm back here in California. But look, culturally, there's differences between England and America, and we'll go over those in a second. But America, you guys have created some problems, right? We have a dark history. But you've created things like skyscrapers and In-N-Out Burger and Apple Computer, and the British, bangers and mash, the Queen, Austin Powers, right? But I scratch my head when I go out one day and I see a store called Dick's Sporting Goods. Who came up with all the genius you have? You're flying airplanes, space and flight. Someone came up with Dick's Sporting Goods. And then you put it in a strip mall with no strippers. I'm trying to figure that one out. So right here you put Dick's, next to it you put BJ's, and next to it you put Toys R Us. And I said to myself, this guy, you Americans are too smart. There's got to be something brilliant about this. The configuration's not quite right. And then I said, I got it. You guys are fucking brilliant. It's a family outing. The kids go to Toys R Us and shop. The men go enjoy BJ's. And the women go explore Dick's. It's a family outing for all Americans. Americans shop together, come together, and stay together. That's my new bit. You guys like it? A little bit? Okay. I come from a very sheltered background. I was put in a monastic school when I was 8 years old. I was there for 10 years. And people always ask me, what happened? Did you get banged by the priests? And I always tell them, no, I wasn't their type. I do have one joke. Can I just do a joke? I've got plenty of time. Can I do a joke? You guys ready for one joke? It's just a joke I heard today. Okay, a joke. How do you cancel an appointment at a sperm bank? You call up and you tell them you can't come. Come on, make some noise. I'm trying hard tonight. Okay, I've got some new material. So anyway, I come from a very kind of, I would say, very kind of repressed background. We went to monastic school. We were told 3 things about women. 1, they don't like sex. 2, they don't like sex. They don't enjoy regular stuff that men enjoy, and they don't pass gas. Okay? So I went through my life believing that girls didn't pass gas. I moved in with my girlfriend, Michelle, and she never passed gas. I couldn't get over it. I said, I couldn't believe this. I went to my doctor. I said, Dr. Karif, what is the deal? He goes to me, look, it's quite simple. Every human being passes 43 times a day. Could be small ones, big ones, or medium ones. You need to find out a little bit about it. So I did some research. It's very clever. I can help. You guys are a couple here? A couple. Well, I'll help them out. I'll give them a little bit of therapy tonight. They didn't know they were coming here to get therapy. So if you've got gas, there's ways around it. Vacuuming always works. So she's always vacuuming. You can't hear a thing when you're vacuuming. A plane flies over, let it out then. And applaud. Everyone applaud right now? You could have let it out right there. I'm going to save the marriages. Let's talk about... I'm going to tell you a quick story about I did get a call from my mother. She's in Florida right now, and she said to me, we have a friend at a nursing home in Ventura. Could you go down there and take a look at it? Her name's Eileen. I said, well, I don't really know Eileen. No, she's old, and could you go visit her? So I go down there. I arrive, and she says, and I said, wow, this is horrible. I smell S-H-I-T. Can anyone spell that? Thank you. I don't want to say it. So I could smell it. The food looks bad. And I said to her, Eileen, how do you handle being in this nursing home? It must be a terrible life. She goes, no. It's fantastic. I've got Uber Eats bringing my food, DoorDash bringing my foods. I'm friends with the chef. And I'm very happy here. I can have sex with anybody in the building. And I said, what? Anybody. So I point over here and I go, Billy? Oh, yes, I can have sex with Billy. Aaron. Oh, yes, I can have sex with Aaron 3 times a day. He's good. He's good. Sunda? Yeah, you can have sex with Sunda. And she goes, tell you what, tonight I'm going to get Billy to come over. Billy, come on over tonight at 8 o'clock. When you bang on my door, bang twice. So at 8 o'clock, Billy comes over, bangs on the door. Eileen's completely naked. And she goes, before we start, Billy, I got to tell you, I got acute angina. And Billy looks at her and goes, thank God, because you got horrible tits. That was my one. I got to laugh. Okay, unknown to anybody here, I took a DNA test. Anyone taking a DNA test? All right, I found out a couple things about our family. There's a lot of banging going around in our family. I was 97% white, straight, Caucasian, which is the most boring category. No one wants to be white, right, these days? I want to be something else. But I'm 2% Mexican. Put some noise together from that. I got the light. And I'm 1% French. Who likes the French? No one likes the French. Everywhere I go, no one likes the French. So I'm going to do one voice from my DNA. Is that okay? I could do 2 or 3, but I'm just going to do one tonight. Is that enough for you? How much do you want? All of them? You want all of them? Okay, I'll do real quick each one, all right? Okay, we'll do the British one, which she hates. Sunda tells me she hates the English accent, right? You hate it. She fucking hates it. So we'll do the Chris Wheeler British. Hello, my name's Chris Wheeler. I'm from Liverpool, up north in England. I like to eat peas. It's my favourite meal. I have peas for breakfast, peas for lunch, peas for dinner, and also I like to eat soup, which is pea soup. When I drink too much water, I need to...
I don't want to say.
P. Okay. And my middle initial is Chris P. Wheeler. All right, that's Chris Wheeler English. I love the support here in the front row. He's about as much support as a training bar. I need maternity support for this. Let's do the French one, okay? You ready for the French one? Can I make some... These guys, make some noise in the audience in the back. Come on. Yeah, they're paying for this stuff. Okay, here we go. French guy. Hello, this is Chris Wheeler. I am very sexy, more sexy than Bruce Jenner. People tell me when I go up to them, they say, hey, is American woman easy? No. Les Américains ne sont pas faciles. They are not easy. They are very, very easy. I am Chris Wheeler French. Put it together for the French guy. We'll finish up with the Mexican, okay? Can I do the Mexican? And you can give me a score afterwards. So we'll do Chris Wheeler Mexican. Por el amor de Dios, ¿qué está pasando? I am Chris Wheeler Mexicano de la ciudad de DF from Mexico City. I enjoy American food, hamburguesa con queso, papas fritas y también con Coca-Cola sin huevos. I like panocha con queso. I am Chris Wheeler Mexican. Put it together from Sunda. Thanks for listening to my ramblings. I think you heard enough of me tonight.
And tell us where you're performing.
Oh, I'm performing. My Instagram is Chris Wheeler Voice. I'm performing at The Ice House next Saturday, Sunday, Biblos. Following week, I'm in Victorville. Okay? Victorville, yeah. Oh, yeah. With a C. With a C.
Right.
American. With a C.
It's Christmas to see. Oh my God, look at me. I didn't fall once today. Isn't that amazing? Did I tell you I fell when nobody was here? And I thought about that commercial. And I was thinking, can't he hear me next door? I was like, Mike. And he's just talking on his cell phone. So I crawled. Because, Aaron would have come to save me. Aaron! Yeah. It's time for one of those massages, dude. I'm just kidding. I'm just trying to make all you guys think. So listen, guys, you've seen enough. We had a great night. We're here Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And like you said, if people tell you you're funny, you probably are. But you won't know till you take it from the page to the stage. And we are looking forward, really, in February to these acting classes. Acting classes are also good for the corporate people. You have a corporate event. You can get people. It's fun. You were doing that joke about the writing room. Did you do the writing room? Or he used the writing room. Yeah. Put comedy in the writing room. People have to go back to work, You got to go back to the office. I don't know how they're going to do it, but they have to do it. And, this is just a nice place, and these are nice people, and we really appreciate your support, and we hope we see you again. My name is Sundar Kronquist on all platforms. Good night. All right. Am I off? Almost? Ta-da.